welcome to the latest installment of My Dad Listens to This. I'm Juliet, the daughter.
And I'm Kevin, the dad.
And we are coming to you a day later because, boy, oh boy, did daylight savings time kick our butts. We've got no one to blame but ourselves. But we're here, we're back, and we are discussing the very best of the Coasters. So, Dad, what do we need to know?
Well, we need to know that the Coasters started out as the Robins, an R&B vocal group that started in 1945. Original members were Bobby Nunn, Ty Leonard, Billy Richard, Roy Richard, and Grady Chapman. Carl Gardner eventually joined. In 1954, they signed to the Spark label formed by the songwriting-producing team of Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller. In 1955, Atlantic Records heard the Robins' Smokey Joe's Cafe. The label made Lieber and Stoller an independent production offer if they'd close their Spark label. L&S proposed to the Robins to come with them to New York City. Only Carl Gardner and Bobby Nunn made the trip. They added Billy Guy and Leon Hughes and the guitarist Adolph Jacobs, who left in 1959. In 1957, Carl Gardner and Billy Guy moved to New York with newcomers Cornell Gunter and Will Dub Jones to form the Coasters. The group got its name due to moving from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Fair enough.
Various members would come and go in the following decades, and the Coasters were the first group inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987. But this is more of the story of Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, the brains behind the Coasters, for lack of a better term. Jerome Lieber was born April 15, 1933 in Baltimore, Maryland. Michael Stoller was born March 13, 1933 in Queens, New York. They met each other in 1950 in Los Angeles, California. They found they shared a love of blues and rhythm and blues. Also in 1950, Jimmy Witherspoon recorded their song, Real Ugly Woman.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
In 1952, they got their first R&B hit with Hard Times, recorded by Charles Brown. Also in 1952, they wrote Hound Dog for blues singer Big Mama Thornton. Elvis Presley recorded the song in 1956, and his version was a huge hit. However, E did not get it from Big Mama Thornton. He had first heard the song performed by Freddie Bell and the Bell Boys in Las Vegas when Elvis made his first attempt to play there, which did not go over well.
No, I bet not.
No. While they were producing and writing for the Coasters, Lieber and Stoller revitalized the careers of the Drifters with their production work. They also wrote Stand By Me with former Drifter Benny King. It was a number 4 hit for Ben in 1961 and a number 9 hit again in 1987, thanks to the Rob Reiner movie Stand By Me.
Listen, words are hard.
They are. They're full of words and letters and stuff. L&S also wrote on Broadway along with Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil, which became a hit for the Drifters.
Oh, yeah.
L&S apprentice Phil Spector played the guitar solo on that song.
Uh-oh.
He'd go on to do other things.
Including murder.
Yeah. In the 1960s, L&S left Atlantic and founded the Redbird label, which issued hits such as The Shangri-La's Leader of the Pack and the Dixie Cups' Chapel of Love. They sold the label and became independent songwriters and producers. In 1970, Peggy Lee won a Grammy for Best Female Pop Vocal Performance for a version of Is That All There Is?
Let's break out the booze and have a ball.
Yeah. Lieber and Stoller's last major hit production was Stuck in the Middle with You by Steelers Wheel. In 1982, they received a 50% songwriting credit for Michael McDonald's song I Keep Forgettin', which was based on Lieber and Stoller's song of the same name from 1962. They also got the same deal for the Oak Ridge Boys' song Bobby Sue. Lieber and Stoller were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987 as non-performers. Per Wikipedia, in 1991, the charity music video and CD single Yakety Yak, Take It Back, performed by a number of various musicians ranging from Ozzy Osbourne to Pat Benatar, featured a drastically rearranged version of Yakety Yak with new lyrics written by Lieber promoting recycling.
Wow, why didn't you send that to me?
I couldn't bring myself to search for that. It was one of those things where I thought it's probably best left unseen and unheard. I didn't want to scar either of us. but if it is out there, I think if you,
Maybe I'll scar myself.
yeah, you do that. In 1995, the Lieber Installer jukebox musical Smokey Joe's Cafe opened on Broadway and ran for 2,036 performances, making it the longest running musical revue in Broadway history.
Yep.
Unless that's changed?
No, it's still the same according to the Wikipedia page.
Okay, and the original Broadway cast album won a Grammy in 1997. Jerry Lieber died on August 22nd, 2011, from cardiopulmonary failure. He was 78. Mike Stoller is 92
Oh,
and
hello.
is getting ready for his 2014 musical version of Beaches to debut on Broadway in April for a limited run until September
That's right.
before going on a national tour.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
I did my research. So as for me, I heard the Coasters music as a kid. The Rhino Best Of came out in 1994, and liner notes were written by Randy Poe, who interviewed Lieber and Stoller to get their takes on each song in the collection. And all the songs are kind of like story songs because they tell stories.
Yeah.
And L&S called them playlets,
Huh.
like little plays. And they have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I'm pretty sure no one like really dies at the end, but who knows? I was kind of wondering, are there any story songs anymore? Until I got the latest listening assignment from Mike. He had me listen to Bob Dylan's Desire album. There's quite a few story songs on that one, but that was 1976, and this is 50 years later.
Oh, you mean nowadays?
Yeah, maybe there were story songs. I don't know. But we've got some stories, or actually, Lieber and Stoller and the Coasters have some stories to tell. So let's jump into it.
Oh, yes, let's. First one, Riot in Cell Block number 9. I remember one day I recorded myself singing this on my old MP3, and you joined in. And at one point I forgot the lyrics, and I asked you what they were, and the recording had you belching really loudly on it before going, I don't know, are you listening to it? That recording doesn't exist anymore because all those MP3s are obsolete now.
Oh, good.
Anyway, the opening sound effects as the riot takes place are a mixed bag. The sirens sound good, the gunshots definitely sound like a studio effect, but then the instruments come in crystal clear with that bass voice. And I still remembered so many of the vocal affectations before they even happened, like Cell Block number 4 and Fuse is lit. At some point during the song, he recalls the riot of July the 2nd, 1953, and at some points he sounds drunk. Maybe he's telling his story to some new cellmates. While serving time for armed robbery, a riot breaks out in cell block number 9, which started in cell block number 4. The warden says if they don't stop, they'll all get the chair, but that amounts to nothing as the tear gas forces them to stop, and they're back in their cells. But every now and then... Great opener. I love this song so much.
Okay, this is by the Robins. And yeah, our narrator is serving time for armed robbery and tells of the riot going on. It started in cell block 4 and spread. The warden has a Tommy gun and threatens to use the electric chair on the prisoners. Scarface Jones has dynamite and the fuse is lit.
Because it's too late to quit.
Yep. And now, 47 hours later, someone decides, hey, we should use the tear gas. Not like 47 seconds later, or even 47 minutes.
Almost 2 full days.
Yeah, maybe they figured, they'll tire themselves out.
Or maybe the wardens were bored and it's like, you know what, let's watch for a bit. It's
yeah,
too quiet in here.
reality TV. Before
Exactly.
reality TV. The prisoners are back in their cells, but as you said, every now and then. Now, Richard Berry sings lead vocals.
He's great.
This is the same Richard Berry who would go on to write the immortal Louie Louie.
Amazing.
Yep.
What a man.
The rest of the Robins sing the line, There's a Riot Going On, which Sly Stone would use as the title of one of his albums. And he also had a song on that album with the same name, which clocked in at 0 minutes and 0 seconds.
Wow.
Because Sly said there really was no riot going on.
No.
But apparently, the day that he died in 2025, there was some sort of riot going on. I can't remember what the heck it was. I have to look. Anyway, Jerry Lieber said the opening came from a old radio show called Gangbusters, which would start off with the sirens
And the gunshots? Okay.
and then you would get the plot of, what was going to happen that week. And Riot makes a song like Jailhouse Rock sound absolutely quaint.
Correct.
I mean, in Jailhouse Rock, all
It's
the
fun,
prisoners are
but it's
dancing
too
with each other.
bubbly, yeah.
Yeah,
This is the real
this
thing.
is the real stuff.
Except for the 47th hour part.
I kind of think they wouldn't wait that long.
No. Next track, Smokey Joe's Cafe. Not to be confused with, as Dad said, the musical review of the same name, directed by Jerry Zaks, which became the longest running review in Broadway history. Knowing Jerry Zaks' musical taste, this was right up his alley. He himself would admit he was more of a Marvin Gaye kind of man. I know this isn't the point of the song, but if all I had to eat were beans and an attractive person started sitting next to me, all I'd be thinking was, don't fart, don't fart, don't fart, don't fart. Cute lady starts flirting with the singer, but everyone tells him that's Smokey Joe's girl. Joe kicks him out of the restaurant, and the singer has the smarts to never go eat beans there again if he wants to live. I really liked this song. Well, actually, I never liked this song as a kid, but I do more as an adult. And the saxophone at the end really shines here like a siren whale hybrid. As for Buddy Holly, his rendition is a bit more wistful, remembering the one that got away. Don't know if his hiccups work, unless that's supposed to be the beans.
Could be. Yeah, so this was also the Robins. And yeah, our narrator, he's at Smokey Joe's eating his beans, minding his own business, and this woman walks in and sits next to him. And her knees almost touch his. He can smell her perfume. And like you said, everyone tells him.
That's Smokey's girl.
Yep. And Joe comes out with a knife, grabs him by the collar, and tells him he'd better eat his beans, boy, and clear right on out. And the narrator just knows he will never eat there again.
Nope.
And then he delivers just such a great line. I'd rather eat my chili beans at Jim's or Jack's or John's or Jean's. Just kind of flows. Absolutely brilliant line. And I like how there's that stinging guitar at the end of each verse. And the Buddy Holly version, I give him credit because it's just him and the guitar, and he does all the voices, and he gets pretty deep voices. It's a really good demo, and unfortunately, he never got around to.
Yeah, to more.
Yep.
Now we're sad again. Well, maybe we'll go down to Mexico and feel better. Next track, Down in Mexico. I like how they incorporated a bit of flamenco acoustic guitar. I also love the use of drums here, kicking off as soon as the singer starts recounting the Latin dance sequence. At Joe's in Mexicali, assuming south of California, the singer meets a lady dancer and he is a goner. He's going to be back to Joe's more often. Not the same Smokey Joe, remember. And to be honest, I wasn't too keen on this song until those drums kicked in. Because as Joe says, you gotta wait. And the wait was worth it. Singer gets cocky at the end, but it's only right at the end, so it's not too insufferable.
Okay, so now they're the coasters, and our story takes place in Mexicali, which is the capital of Baja California, which abuts the U.S.-Mexican border.
There we go.
Yeah. There's a crazy little place the narrator knows, and he tells us how he first went there. He's wanting some action, but is told, man, be cool. The place is run by a cat named Joe who wears a red bandana, plays a blues piano, has a purple sash and a black mustache.
What a character.
And all of a sudden, a woman comes out, and on with the show. She throws her arms around the narrator's neck. They dance across the floor, and the best line, and then she did a dance I never saw before. The mind reels. And now it seems like he's trying to lure other clients to Smokey Joe's because he ends with, come with me, baby. Come with me. So maybe he's the guy at the door just, trying to drum up business.
Oh, no, I think he's saying, come with me, baby. Hop the border. Come be with me. That's how I interpret it.
And here's the weird thing. They used to play this song at Whole Foods, but it was not the Coasters version.
What?
I don't know who did it, but I was amazed because it wasn't that bad. And I thought, this is pretty far from the Whole Foods mentality. And I thought, good for them for playing it.
Oh, I thought it was in the days where Carl could pick what was on the radio or something.
No, this was like in the morning. This was
wow.
like in the morning. This was like, the Whole Foods station. This wasn't Carl coming to the rescue and saving us from
monotony.
WFM FM or whatever the heck it was. Yeah.
Next track, Searchin'. I was telling Dad I remember this song the most because of how it was used in The Iron Giant when FBI agent Kent is searching for the giant's whereabouts while fighting the last of the laxative Hogarth put in his shake. Man is searching for his girl, and he will cross land or a river to bring her back. All those other fictional detectives have nothing on this guy, but I'd point out, you haven't found her yet. This song is okay, but I think the nostalgia of the Iron Giant makes me like it more.
Yeah, and I'm glad you sent me the Iron Giant because for some reason I thought this song was in Secondhand Lions.
It's not, no.
It's not. And I kept wondering, well, where is it? Maybe I missed the part. Maybe it wasn't. And I kept thinking, I know I've seen this in the movie somewhere.
Oh,
So
Dad, yeah.
thanks, because I'm going to have to watch that movie again.
You could thank Brad Bird for that.
Thanks, Mr. Bird. Anyway, our narrator is looking for love, his love, wherever she is. He's searching every which way. If she's up on Blueberry Hill, he'll find her. And he starts saying, Sherlock Holmes and Sam Spade have nothing on him. Neither do Joe Friday, Charlie Chan, Boston Blackie, and Bulldog Drummond. And the last two were like detectives from the pulps.
Okay.
And like the Northwest Mountie, he'll bring her in someday. And like Dudley Do-Right, the RCMP always gets their man or a woman or whoever the criminal element may be. But I love this song. And again, thanks for sending me that clip.
No problem. Next track, Idol with the Golden Head. Considering this comes right after Searchin', this would be a hilarious part 2 where he gives up doing detective work and turns to the occult or idols to find her. At first I didn't recognize this song until they got to the hoppin' and a poppin' in the chorus. I guess the premise of this story is that Bigfoot Mary got drunk, and the only way to cure her of her drunkenness is to engage in boogie woogie? Okay. Weird story, but catchy chorus.
Yep, so Jim gets himself an idol with the golden head. He puts it on the shelf above his bed. He gets on his knees and starts to pray, asking the idol, where's his Bigfoot May? And amazingly, like, the idol's eyes wink and blink. It comes to life, and it says, hold on, Jim, give me time to think. And the thing is, Jim doesn't even bat an eye that this idol is talking to him.
Well, that's the world of the song, I guess.
I guess it is.
Yep.
And the idol tells Jim that May's at Catfish Creek rocking and rolling, and so Jim goes down there, finds empty beer cans, and I'm assuming there's some sort of like clubhouse there because he goes in and, there's May in the middle of the floor doing her thing. So Jim decides, I gotta go back home and ask the idol what to do, and the idol gives him some good advice, tells him he needs to learn to boogie with May. This is easily the strangest song on here.
It's so weird.
But I think it's also my favorite because it's just so bizarre.
And you wouldn't associate the words hoppin' and a poppin' with a golden idol suddenly talking to you, would you?
No, and it just gets me that, I just think of like, this like Indiana Jones relic, like the one where he does
the weights,
this exchanges the sand for the
and
idol,
the Lost Ark.
and I'm thinking this thing's gonna be talk, and it's not talk, it's talking to Jim. I'm like, and he's not like, holy crap, you talk.
He's like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, I need some help with the women. Can you help me out here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Next track, Young Blood. Are we gonna get into the Leon Russell of it all?
You can if you want.
Oh, I will a little bit. The first version I heard was Cher and David Bowie doing a snippet of this in a medley of songs from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, with Young Blood being one of them. Yeah.
Explain how.
I forget what order it came in.
Explain how the two of them, like, teamed up.
Oh, he was popular at the time. He came on the show to promote Young Americans.
Was this the Sonny and Cher show, or just when Cher had a...
Sonny and Cher show, I think. I don't know.
Because after that, she had her own show, which was just Cher.
Okay, it might have been her own. It was the two of them on a soundstage, and they had all these musicians in the pit, and they did a Young Americans medley where they started out with that, and then they did some other songs.
Like Young Blood.
I've shown you this before, Dad. You absolutely hate it every time. So
maybe that's
not
why.
To send it to you.
Yeah. Oh, okay, thank you.
And so Cher and Bowie did a cover of Leon Russell's cover, and of course Leon also performed this at concert for Bangladesh as a medley with Jumpin' Jack Flash by the Rolling Stones, which was very interesting.
It definitely was.
Anyway, man falls for a young blood with a yellow ribbon in her hair. Doesn't say how young, so I hope to God it's 18. In a lovesick daze, he follows her home until Dad comes to greet him at the doorstep, and then the young punk sobers right up. I think Dad is the real hero of this story, especially if the man who came to the door was a bit more Humbert than the boy next door.
Yeah, he sees her standing on the corner, a yellow ribbon in her hair, and he says, look at there, look at there, look at there, look at there.
And I like the Beatles one, too, that you sent me.
Oh, good,
It works
good.
with the four of them with doing the different voices, especially John with the low bass voice.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. He's a bundle of nerves asking her, what's her name? What's her name? What's your name? Oh, what's your name?
Mm-hmm.
that those voices just make the song.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he follows her home only to run her to her dad, who says, "You better leave my daughter alone."
Mm-hmm.
And he goes home defeated. He can't sleep. He sees the rising sun of the sun, and all night long he's just been crying, "You're the one," over and over and over, and it ain't gonna happen. Acknowledge, move on. And again, I like how each of the coasters gets a turn with like the last line of each verse before going into the chorus. Some of them sound sad. Some of them just crack me up. The first version I ever heard of this song was Bad Company's. I don't know if you got a chance to listen to it. I sent it to you.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah, it's from 1976, and at the time I thought it was this song. Who knew? And I thought their version was okay, but man, the Coasters original just cannot be beat.
Next track, Yakety Yak, Don't Talk Back. Dad is laying down the law with his son. Do the chores, and then you can go rock and roll with friends. Unless you're hanging out with those hoodlums, then he has more mixed feelings. And if you have any objections, Yakety Yak, Don't Talk Back. What sells this song are the drums, which I really paid attention to more this time around. They sound like running around the house to scramble and finish chores, and the deep voice of the dad laying down the law. This song is a classic for a reason.
Yep, parents versus kids. Do your chores or no fun times for you. And to which the kid responds, Yakety Yak, and the parents say, "Don't talk back." Best line, "Don't you give me no dirty looks. Your father's hip. He knows what cooks." And King Curtis's stuttering sax solo was great. And it also inspired the Boots Randolph song Yakety Sax. And
Yes.
if you're a fan of Benny Hill, you will know that song. And this is all done in 1 minute and 53 seconds.
That's all you need.
Yep.
Next track, Charlie Brown. This song always threw me for a loop as a kid, because I was used to Charlie Brown being the kid who never kicked the football. So then there's this big fee-fee-fi-fi-fo-fo-fum guy who's the troublemaker and asking in his deep voice, "Why is everybody always picking on me?" Because you're a troublemaker, Charlie Brown. Or in the SNL cast, "You're a rat bastard, Charlie Brown."
Oh, I gotta look for that.
Oh, I'll show you afterward. It's hilarious. It's basically a Charlie Brown Christmas, but done with method actors from the Actors Studio. It's so funny.
Because the only Charlie Brown Christmas one I've seen was with Martin Short as the director. Charlie Brown is dead.
Oh no,
He's dead to me.
Martin Short's in this, but he's Larry David as Linus.
Oh my.
I'll show you later.
Okay.
Anyway, and Edie Falco is Lucy or Sally, I think. Anyway, I still love this song though as a kid for the funny voice and the fast tempo, the saxophone, the drum creating a racing beat for the chorus, and the tempo reverting back to slow during the verses. However, it wasn't until years later I realized I misheard the lyrics all my life. It's "He's gonna get caught, just you wait and see." What I heard was "He's gonna get tough, just you wait and see," which I thought meant if you complain about his troublemaking, he's gonna beat the crap out of you. Anyway, I love the Charlie Brown song so much. I hope to God someone made a music video of this to Peanuts cartoons. That'd be fun.
So after writing Yakety Yak in 10 minutes, Lieber and Stoller thought it'd be that easy to write every song. But Charlie Brown took them 6 weeks to write.
Wow.
It took a week just to come up with a name, and they both swear the song has nothing to do with the Peanuts character. Which I can see because Charlie Brown would never be shooting dice in the boys' gym or calling the English teacher Daddy-O or writing on the wall or goofing in the hall or throwing spitballs. But he would be asking, why is everybody always picking on me? Yeah, exactly.
But that's where the similarities end.
Yeah, fun song. Just fun.
Next track, Along Came Jones. As a kid, I used to hate the part of the song where Jones actually showed up because it was tonally different from the rest, and I missed it when the singers would go, and then... The Coasters recount a Western they watched on Channel 2. They recall all the events poor Sue is put through as Salty Sam demands she gives the deed to the ranch. Every snidely whiplash cliche you could think of. Tying her down to be sliced by a giant buzzsaw, blowing her up in a mine, and of course tying her to the railroad tracks. And as we hinted at earlier, my favorite part was always when they build up suspense. And then he grabbed her, and then he tied her up, and then he turned on the buzzsaw, and then along came Jones, and everything ended up being fine. What I noticed this time around is the banjo creating the country vibe, and also the piano chords that go up in pitch with each and then to create tension. Probably my favorite movie recap set to music ever. It's just so fun. But I also never noticed before how he got so bored with the whole thing. He's like, oh, screw this. He turns on another channel, but of course it's the same thing playing on TV because they only had 3 channels back then.
Yep. Yeah, our narrator's sitting down to watch TV, but it's the same old thing on every channel. Every show has Sweet Sue in peril, thanks to Salty Sam. And then along comes Jones to save the day. And the thing is, we don't know exactly how he saves the day.
He just does.
But he just does.
But she also keeps ending up in these Snidely Whiplash scenarios, so he's not that great at his job.
Yeah, and it's proof that TV's always been crappy for the most part since the beginning. You know, there's that Bruce Springsteen song from like, oh my God, was it 40, almost 40 years ago, 30 or 40 years ago, 30-something years ago? 57 channels and nothing on.
Amen.
Yep. The song title comes from a 1954 Western comedy of the same name starring Gary Cooper and Loretta Young.
Oh, so it's real.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Okay. Let's see. Ah, yeah, here we go. Okay. That is rock and roll. The opening narrator sounds like something from Stan Freberg's United States of America.
I can kind of...
He sounds a lot like the guy. It might be my favorite interpretation of rock and roll events ever. In the beginning, there weren't nothing but rocks. Then somebody invented the wheel, and things just began to roll. I think what throws this song off for me is I've never heard rock and roll with a banjo in it. Dad, correct me if I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
Okay, I also wish they played each instrument as they listed it off, the guitar, saxophone, and piano. I expected more from the coasters on this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, this was
opinions.
This was the B-side to Along Came Jones. And for me, I think it's probably one of the greatest songs ever written about rock and roll.
Okay.
In the beginning, it was nothing but rock. Then somebody invented the wheel, and things just began to roll. And
Which
it goes,
I think it can never live up to that. It's just so good.
The rest of the song is just as great. The coasters ask if you've ever heard a sax swinging like a rusty axe, or guitar strings doing crazy things. Well, baby, that is rock and roll.
But I wish they'd play the guitar strings doing crazy things and the sax sounding like an axe. I think that would make it more fun.
But I think the lines that sum up the music best are, you say this music's for the birds and you can't understand the words. Well, honey, if you did, you'd really flip your lid because, baby, that is rock and roll. And God knows how many bands took those lines to heart, especially the Rolling Stones.
Oh, yeah, literally.
And basically, it's like, doesn't matter what you're saying in the verses, just keep the chorus clear and just that's the catchy part. Jerry Lieber said the coasters were having a problem with singing some of the lines, so he pitched in to sing the ones about the piano player.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely brilliant.
Next track, I'm a Hog for You. I'd find that the weirdest pickup line ever. And if it was some grungy guy who thought showering was gay saying that line, oh yeah, there's a whole movement where it's like showering isn't manly. You need your natural odor. Deodorant isn't manly. The look of horror on Dad's face, listeners.
So hygiene is...
Oh yeah, it's gotten to the point where they have to make, I'm not kidding you, Dad, I've seen these at Target, butt wipes for men.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Or it's like Dr. Squatch, where it's like
Sasquatch,
soap.
yeah.
Yeah. That's because all these like alpha male bros like Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan and those guys of that ilk are like, showering is gay, cooking is gay, loving your wife is gay.
No, these are necessities. Hygiene, cooking, surviving food, being, loving your wife. What's wrong with these people?
They're just trying to rage bait people and make money off of it. Look up the Hank Hill podcast, not the podcast. Look up the episode where Hank Hill meets these men, and he gives them a bit of what for in the reboot.
Wow.
Anyway, I'd be grossed out, but I'd think, yeah, that's hog behavior, all right. I do like their send-up of This Little Piggy, which is quite catchy. One little piggy had pizza, one little piggy had potato chips, one little piggy went to London, one little piggy went to Hong Kong, but this little piggy's gonna rock you all night long. Now that would make me laugh. And I prefer it to hog because piggy is a cuter word than hog. Those are my favorite bits of this song. I'm surprised they didn't put piggy in the title because they say it more than hog.
Well, I think it's I'm a hog for you because it's like I'm greedy.
Yeah, but I'd be like, ew, gross.
Yeah, well, whatever, whatever. The coasters are greedy for some loving, just a hog for you, baby. And yeah, like you said, one little piggy ate a pizza, another ate potato chips, but this little piggy's coming over your house. He's gonna nibble on your sweet lips, and I can think I was chomp, 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 chomp. I'm like,
Ugh.
yeah.
Ugh.
And then yeah, one little piggy went to London. Yeah. Another went to Hong Kong, but this piggy's coming over your house. He's gonna rock at you all night long. Absolute genius.
Oh wait, that the way you said yeah just now makes me wonder if that guy in Another One Rides the Bus who does the yeahs was inspired by the coasters at all.
Yeah, it's possible. I like to think so. And I love the guitar sax break in this song. It's great. It's simple, but it's effective. If you listen to it, it's just really, really basic, but it just puts everything across.
Next track, Poison Ivy. Okay, I did some research. Batman was first published in 1939. This song came out in 1958, but the character of Poison Ivy wasn't created until 1966. However, I think this song could still apply to her character, whether it's in the animated series where she poisons Harvey Dent, or even Uma Thurman in the universally reviled Batman and Robin.
What, the universe? Oh, yeah.
You,
Oh,
yeah,
trying
you had
sometimes
blissfully
forget.
forgotten. Anyway, I
I
love
was so close.
Sorry. I love how the coasters sing the title. I can't do it justice off the top of my head, so go and listen to that track for yourself. Poison Ivy is the femme fatale, and they warn you, don't fall for her, because you'll have problems that can't be solved with a dab of calamine lotion. More like you'll need an ocean of lotion. Fun song. Also, though, those final la la la's sound like the la la la's in Sing a Song from Sesame Street. La 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 la. Can you hear it?
Not really. I can't give it to you.
Okay.
All right. So on one level, you can take the lyrics as face value because, when you're a kid and you hear this song, you think, oh, yeah, stay away from poison ivy. It'll make you itch. You're going to need an ocean of calamine lotion because as a kid, I got poison ivy really, really bad each summer. And I think there was one year I made the mistake of touching my eyes. So I couldn't open them for, well,
a while.
yeah.
Ugh.
And then, I got the kind of poison ivy that was like bubbles, like it would just fill with the liquid, and it would be between my fingers. I had these, webbed fingers. And there was one summer it was so bad, we'd go to the playground up the street, Glenline Playground,
Yeah.
which is behind Francis.
Yeah.
They had a playground program
Yeah.
every summer, so Nana would send me and Uncle Joey. Yeah, you kids are going for the day.
Yeah.
Or I'd come back for lunch and then go back. And so one year it was so bad on my hand that I wore a sock over my hand. And Nana gave me one of Grandpa's tube socks because they were long. Yeah, just put it over your hand. Don't worry about it. You're going off. And so kids would ask, what happened to your hand? And I'd take the sock off to show them, like, oh, gross. Oh, whoa, that's pretty cool. I'm like, oh, man. And if I was thinking, I would have charged money. You
go see it,
you
yeah.
give me a quarter, I'll take the sock
Come
off.
see my freak hand. It's
But-
a quarter.
I still get it, poison ivy, occasionally, but definitely not as bad as when I was a kid. I mean, I might get like a teeny tiny little bubble here and there. I'm like, oh, geez. But nothing like the, marble-sized ones where, between the fingers and really couldn't. Oh, it was terrible.
But I can just see that if you did the thing of charge a quarter to come see Nana would be like, nope, we're putting an end to this.
Well, hopefully I would have been smart enough not to say, hey, I made a bunch of money.
Or not to do it at home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Then on another level, you can take poison ivy as being the bad girl you should stay away from, but you probably won't. And then Jerry Lieber said, pure and simple, poison ivy is a metaphor for a sexual disease. So there
That's
you
true.
go. You're going to be, Lord, it's going to make you itch. And then, yes, there's Batman's enemy. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm surprised this song was never used in any of the cartoons.
Not that I know of.
It should be. So Batman creators, if you're out there,
Use it.
you know what to do.
Next track. What about us? Comparison is the thief of joy, but salt is rubbed in the wound when you live in a shitbox and there's no way out. Friends are bemoaning their state as they see how the other half lives and wonder, why can't that be me? You get the gist of it when they repeat two sets of verses and you're like, okay, I get the point, but it's probably something they repeat to themselves over and over. Chorus is the only standout here.
Yeah, so this is the haves versus the have-nots, because he's got a house made of glass with a swimming pool, and they've got a one-room shack by the railroad track. He's got a different woman every night, while girls won't touch the coasters with 10-foot poles. and he gets to eat steaks, but they eat hominy grits from a bag. And he's got a suede car, which I don't know what that is, but they go around in a box on roller skates, and they keep singing, "What about us? Don't want to cause no fuss, but what about us? Come on." I love this song. How could you not love this song? I love this song.
Next track, Run, Red, Run. My first note. This is like if Michigan J. Frog went horribly wrong.
Okay, yep.
Red trains a monkey he bought at a pawn shop to guzzle beers and gamble. But one night while committing animal abuse, the monkey decides he's not going to put up with this shit, starts talking, and pulls a gun on Red. So what does Red do? See the title, and I love the chorus with the boogity, 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 boogity as he runs away, and the story is fun on top of it.
Yep, so Red has a monkey. He teaches it to play strip poker, and per Jerry, once the monkey knows how to play, he knows how to understand things. And once he understands he's being cheated and exploited, he becomes revolutionary. And so Red has to run because the monkey has a gun, and it's a talking monkey. And, like, once again...
Okay, so...
No big.
This freaks him out, but the Golden Idol doesn't, assuming they take place in the same world.
So the music is fast-paced, and... Because Red had better be, because the monkey never rests. He traps Red in the parking lot and demands Red's car keys and his watch. And he's going to put on Red's new Stetson hat and go to town in Red's new brown suit. Because this monkey, he has plans.
Boogity, 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 boogity.
Oh, yeah, you better be running.
Reminds me of the little thing when The Simpsons did 5.5 Feet Up, the parody of The Twilight Zone.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's probably what the monkey looks like. Next track, Little Egypt, Yin Yang. Reminds me of the cartoon where Donald Duck sees the Dance of the Seven Veils.
Yes.
It's pretty much seeing a stripper at a fair and being too turned on to understand English. That's kind of it. The yin yangs in the chorus are fun, and I love the musical build-up with the drum rolls as Little Egypt does her somersaults. But it doesn't do anything for me since, newsflash, I'm not attracted to women. It also might be a happy ending for
Grace
him.
Jones.
Oh yeah, that's true. She's the exception. It also might be a happy ending for him, but not for her. And Alvin and the Chipmunks over there was the final nail in the coffin.
Oh, come on. This song's a bunch of fun. Our narrator goes to see Little Egypt do her famous dance of the pyramids. She walks, she talks, she crawls on her belly like a reptile. Just one thin dime, 1/10 of a dollar. Step right up, folks. And so he sits in the very first row. The curtain goes up and Little Egypt comes out strutting, wearing nothing but a button and a bow, singing yin yang. She has a ruby on her tummy and a big diamond, and a diamond as big as Texas on her toe. And when she does a special number on a zebra skin rug, he thought it would stop the show. But apparently there was more, because she does a triple somersault and shows the audience her tattoo of a cowboy on her spine saying, Phoenix, Arizona, 1949. But let me tell you something, people. Little Egypt doesn't do that anymore because she ended up marrying the narrator.
Downgrade.
Now she's too busy mopping and taking care of shopping at the store. Whoa.
See, not a happy ending for her.
Because our narrator has married her, and they have 7 kids, and all day long they crawl across the floor. And you got the Alvin and Chipmunk voices singing yin yang and gitchy, 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 which is just boggles the mind. I love this song. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, she doesn't make out too well, you know. But, 7 kids, that's going to do a number on you physically.
I'm going to go on a tangent that made me think of this circus in that cartoon I watch, A Hell of a Boss, where they're about to bring out the clowns. And the MC goes, now, everybody's favorite part of this circus shit, the motherfucking clowns! And they'll come out and scare people. I'm sorry. Oh, my brain went off on a tangent. Okay,
That's okay.
But final track, Shopping for Clothes. That salesman has a bedroom voice. Reminds me of this soccer tournament where a translator was speaking in the coach's ear into English, and he goes, that's a very seductive voice on there. What was the question again? Anyway, it sounds like he's seducing the customer while he picks a suit to buy. However, the ultimate betrayal is he can't buy it because his card didn't go through. Ouch. This feels more like a jazz number or a blues song, so it's markedly different from the other tracks, but in a way I don't mind. Nice spoken word set to music, but will I download it though? I don't know yet, and I still haven't. I don't know. I think it's going to grow on me a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, so our narrator goes to the department store just looking to buy a suit. And the salesman shows him a suit of pure herringbone. And that's a suit our hero wants to own. He makes a deal, everything's set, until the salesman says, oh, let me run my credit on you.
Mm-hmm.
And it ends with our hero sighing, pure herringbone. And the salesman says, that is a suit you will never own.
And he just walks away like the Hulk at the end of the show.
Well, yeah, and you got the sad music playing. And,
Yeah.
some of us can have a shopping spree at Harrods, while the rest of us are just going crazy at Savers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where it's just like, I guess if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Did Mom ever show you that really weird children's book I found at Harrods? I took a photo and I texted to her when I was in London. It was a picture book called The Dinosaur That Pooped Easter.
Thankfully, no, she has not shown me that.
Yeah, it just goes to show not everything at Harrods is très chic.
But I think everyone comes up against that where there's something you really want and you just realize that
I can't afford
even if
this.
even if it's not a matter of credit, it's just like, oh man, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Overall, the coasters are an absolute great time. If you first heard their stuff when watching The Iron Giant as a kid, go check out the rest of their tracks. You can tell they were having a lot of fun in the studio, and you're having fun with them, and sometimes even sharing in their pain. Go listen to this best of and enjoy jamming with the band.
Yep. The very best of the coasters is one of my favorite CDs ever. The songs are catchy, they tell stories, and most important, they're a reminder that rock and roll used to be fun.
Yeah!
Remember fun? Is rock and roll still fun nowadays? Is rock and roll still around nowadays?
Yeah, it
Or are
still
we
is.
just already getting emo?
Well,
I'm too depressed to have fun.
there's Greta Van Fleet, there's also Måneskin, which is basically horny ABBA, but Italian, and they rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a CD that I cannot recommend enough. And the thing is, like, all his songs are on YouTube, and I'm sure they're going to be on Spotify. But just be careful of re-recordings because
Yes.
that happens with so many oldies bands that they think, oh,
No one's gonna notice.
no one's going to notice. Guess
They're
what?
gonna know.
We notice.
It's like that meme. Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know? They're gonna know. Alright, as always, thank you for listening to the latest installment of My Dad Listens to This. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Remember, the more you interact with the YouTube video, the greater chance we have of appearing on the YouTube homepage. If you follow me on social media, I post the episodes there. If you're friends with my dad in real life, tell him what you want to listen to, and you can email it right to your inbox. As always, thank you for listening to the latest installment of My Dad Listens to This. We will be back next time with another album to nitpick and gripe about. Dad, anything you want to say before we sign off?
Ain't no best of like a coaster's best of, because a coaster's best of don't stop.